Ray Brown's Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
By Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.
By FeatherSnap, the smart bird feeder with a high-resolution camera and species identification software aimed to educate and spread joy to every level of avian enthusiasts. Find out more at feathersnapcam.com.
And by Hog Island Audubon Camp. For full camp schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to our show number 1024, during which we plan to get a live whooping crane report from Rockport, Texas, as well as a recipe for making your own suet, with both of those coming from the same person. We'll reveal that person's identity shortly. Meanwhile, are whooping cranes being affected by bird flu? As the CDC tells us, the current strains, plural, are widespread in wild birds worldwide and causing outbreaks in poultry and U.S. dairy cows, with several recent human cases among U.S. dairy and poultry workers. We're hoping to have a guest from the International Crane Foundation with us on next week's show to explain more about the current status of bird flu. They're doing a special program there about it. We have an audio postcard today featuring some cool backyard sightings and sounds from Nancy in the Palmetto State. Hello, Nancy.
Hi, Ray. This is Nancy Brown down in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm out walking around the neighborhood, and there's at least 2 red-shouldered hawks flying about and calling and having a grand old time. Yeah, they're still around. They've actually been hanging out in our backyard on our fence because they seem to like the idea of a buffet with all the bird feeders we have. Oh, and then the Carolina wren is singing. So, lots of birds in our back neighborhood right now. Thanks. Happy birding.
Happy birding to you, Nancy. Thank you for that audio postcard. We have a new interactive audio postcard map, by the way, at talkingbirds.com, our website, which shows the locations from which we've received audio postcards. And we'd like to add your location if you'd like to send us an audio postcard, whether it's in your backyard or far afield or anywhere in between. Easy to make an audio postcard. Just grab a smartphone or other device like that and record your observations into it for 30 seconds to a minute or so of the birds you're watching or listening to. Then send the file to ray@talkingbirds.com. No G in talkin'. You'll find more audio postcard info and that new interactive map under the Get Involved tab at talkingbirds.com. So a conservation warning of the week. It's getting harder for climate change deniers to push back against the facts. And the recent fires in Los Angeles County have added another exclamation point to those facts. As the policy-neutral group Climate Central points out, wildfires that burned across the Los Angeles area were intensified by conditions linked to human-caused climate change by drying out vegetation and straining water resources. David Gellis from the New York Times reports that 2024 was the hottest year in recorded history. Not a surprise, since 2023 was the previous hottest year in recorded history, and that all of the 10 hottest years on record have come in the last 10 years. And as senior research scientist Caitlin Trudeau put it, as our climate warms, the chances of intense, fast-growing fires like the ones in California will keep rising. On to our Mystery Bird Contest preview. That would be the bird in question here. Here's a description. It's the largest of its family in North America. Between the size of a sparrow and a robin, its upper parts are brownish with scattered white streaks. It has a long white eye stripe and a long black-barred brown tail that it doesn't cock up as its relatives do. It's a bird of the desert that can survive without freestanding water, obtaining moisture from its food, mostly insects. That's our mystery bird. This is just a preview of the contest, and we do this so that you'll call us right away when we do the actual contest later so that we'll get it in there before the show ends. Beautiful prizes here. Our friends at Bird Collective say that birding is a wild life, but that you don't have to sacrifice style for comfort when you're out in the field. That's why today's prize is a $25 gift certificate for Bird Collective, the one-stop shop for vintage-inspired apparel and unique accessories, all featuring birds. Our other prize is a beauty, the Brome Squirrel Solution 150 bird feeder, genuinely squirrel-proof and chew-proof as well, and easy to clean, and features a vented seed tray to keep the seed fresh and dry. That's the detail on our mystery bird contest, the actual thing coming along in just a little bit right now. It's a royal salute to another Talking Birds ambassador, and helping to spread the word about our show is Kimberly Anau from Jersey Village, Texas. She says Jersey Village's original homes have no homeowners association, so our corner lot house has pollinator habitat gardens along a school bus and exercise route for lots of views of native plants. That is so cool, and Kimberly has sent us some pictures. We're going to get those up on our website and Facebook page. I think we haven't put those there yet, but we most certainly will. Why become a Talking Birds ambassador? Here's another ambassador with some reasons.
My name is Charlotte Steves, and I am the Conservation Administrator in Groton, Massachusetts. I became an ambassador after looking into the show and realizing that it does raise awareness of a lot of issues that I care about, and I wanted to be a part of that. I would say if you have people in your life that are kind of curious about conservation and birds and anything to do with those two topics, this is a good way to get people into that sphere. And you don't have to be an expert in the field. I've learned a lot just by listening to some specific episodes. And if you're looking for like a deeper connection to the show, then becoming an ambassador is a great way to do it.
Thank you so much, Charlotte, for that good word about becoming a Talking Birds ambassador. Easy to do, again, at that all-purpose Get Involved tab there at talkingbirds.com. Still to come today, that live whooping crane report from Rockport, Texas, a recipe for making your own suet, and a live Let's Ask Mike segment with Mike O'Connor about the problems with pet fur and birds. And up next, we're going somewhere where it's nice and warm to meet up with this week's featured feathered friend. Some call today's featured feathered friend the silent hunter. No, it isn't an owl gliding noiselessly toward its prey. It's not a raptor of any kind. It's a large, lanky songbird with dark brown upper parts, whitish and buff-colored underparts, a dark mask, yellow or gray eye ring, a bill that's mostly black with a partially yellow lower mandible, and a bold black and white pattern on the underside of its long tail. It's the mangrove cuckoo. In North America, the mangrove cuckoo is a year-round South Florida resident with territory that stretches down through the Caribbean, Central America, and Northeast South America. Its Florida habitat consists mainly of black mangrove and red mangrove thickets, as well as beach scrub and dense groups of broadleaf trees. The mangrove cuckoo's varied diet includes frogs, lizards, eggs, nestlings, insects and larvae, and spiders, as they do that silent hunting mostly in the tree canopy, making short hops to pick off prey items that draw near. Folks in Jamaica call the mangrove cuckoo the rainbird, while a similar nickname, the rain crow, is applied to its yellow-billed cuckoo relative in the southern U.S. Like other cuckoos, the mangrove has 4 toes on each foot in a zygodactyl arrangement, 2 toes forward and 2 back. Not surprisingly, mangrove cuckoo numbers appear to be falling in Florida in the face of habitat loss and fragmentation. It's on the Partners in Flight yellow watch list as a vulnerable species with declining populations and restricted ranges. The Cornell Lab offers a hopeful note in that the mangrove cuckoo will apparently recolonize reforested places, including relatively small habitats in urban areas. It's the silent hunter, Coccyzus minor, the mangrove cuckoo. Welcome again to our show, number 1024. Let's see. We did our featured feathered friend segment there. Oh, I think it's time for us to connect with our friend who is, we've kept a secret so far, is watching or heading to a spot to watch some whooping cranes, and we'll see what the pronunciation is preferred on that one. We have a small debate apparently going on. And then about how to make homemade suet. Our only issue here is that we're having trouble making the connection with our special guest, and we hope to be able to do that in just a very, very short amount of time. Meanwhile, we might mention again about our mystery bird. We'll give another warm-up here. It never hurts to have a little extra chance to describe our bird, so you'll be ready to call in when we do the actual contest. The largest of its family in North America. Of course, you'd have to know what family that is, but maybe these clues will help. It's between the size of a sparrow and a robin, kind of. Its upper parts are brownish with scattered white streaks. It has a long white eye stripe and a long black-barred brown tail that it doesn't cock up as its relatives do. It's a bird of the desert that can survive without freestanding water, obtaining moisture from its food, mostly insects. Clues there for our mystery bird contest. And speaking of mysteries, I think we can finally identify and even speak with our kind of mystery guest this morning, who's not only going to look for whooping cranes, they're off Rockport, Texas, but also has a recipe for homemade suet. Who else could it be but our own David Clapp? Good morning, David.
Good morning, Ray. How are you?
I'm well. We have snow where we are, and I think it's quite a bit different where you are. Tell us kind of where you are in more detail and what's happening.
It is a little chilly. It's only about 72.
Oh, gee, that's tough.
The sun is just spurting off a morning fog, and we're going birding.
All right, and you're going to look for now. I was talking with Mike O'Connor about how to pronounce the name. Yeah, I'm sorry to spring that on you there.
Yeah.
He says it's pronounced. He likes the pronunciation whooping cranes, but you like the whoop in there. Is that right?
You know, it's been years. Mike and I have talked about pileated or pileated woodpeckers, and the old whooping crane thing. Mike grew up I think it was deep in Brooklyn, if I remember.
Yeah.
And his accent is terrible. I think there's the captain right there going by.
Oh, hello, Captain. Hey, yeah.
Tommy, you want to get on the radio? Yeah, come on.
Come on, Captain.
This is Captain Tommy. This is Ray Brown on Talking Birds.
Oh, hey, Ray.
Hey, Captain Tommy.
Welcome
Good morning.
To Fulton Harbor. Wish you were here.
Yeah, me too. Especially with the snow we have up here. So yeah, gotta get down there. So you're getting ready to get on the boat right about now, David.
Yep, we're going to be going out on the skimmer in 10 or 15 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, we leave at 9 o'clock. We go out to the Aransas Wildlife Refuge, and we show folks the whooping cranes and 30 to 60 different species of birds on any given trip.
Wow, really fantastic.
He's promised us the 60 end of it today, so that's good.
That's it.
Yeah.
Our Christmas bird count this year was 87 species.
87. Nice. So this is the big wildlife refuge there, David, Aransas and Tommy, Aransas National Wildlife Refuge. It bills itself as the wintering home of the last wild flock of endangered whooping cranes, right?
That's true. There's estimated 500.
500 cranes are whooping cranes there.
And those are wild ones, and there was 15 back in 1941.
Wow. Well, that's a beautiful thing, but these birds are federally endangered. And David, we talked off the air a bit about this. What do you think the prospects are? There's a lot of, obviously, effort going on to
the numbers
save them.
The numbers are still low. The refuge has gotten larger in the past 20 years, but reproduction has been interesting. The birds lay 2 eggs, but usually only raise 1 young. And they've been taking 1 egg from each of those extra nests and trying to raise them in captivity, and that's kind of what boosted the population in the 80s and 90s. How it's going now, I mean, there's numbers, people estimating that overall, counting the little Wisconsin population that started to take place, that there might be as many as 1,000 birds, but it's more likely it's between...
800 to 1,000 is what we talk about.
Yeah. So, pretty good. And around here, you can see them in bunches.
In 2003, when I started, there was just under 200, and when they quit counting them individually, there was like 325.
All right, some
it immediately shot up, but they let the number catch up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get ready for the trip. Thanks for having us on.
All right, thank you, Tommy. And David, before I let you go, I want to just switch to that other topic there of make your own suet. I don't know if we really have time for this, so maybe you can give us a quick idea what that's about.
I can. Well. It is. Sometimes you go to the store and you buy the suet, and they offer you, 8 different kinds of suet mixes. Yeah. But there's a place out in Arizona that was started by Mary Jo Molitar, 40 years ago, and she had bird feeders, hummingbirds mostly, and now it's been taken over by Southeastern Arizona Bird Observatory, and they have their own special recipe. We were out there, and we thought, well, this is interesting. They gave us the recipe, and I made it at home, and kaboom! I mean, it is just a draw. Stuff comes from all over the place. Yeah. Bluebirds are added, all kinds of things.
Amazing.
It's not a secret recipe, Ray. I'll be happy to share it.
Okay, well, good. Maybe we could put that on our website. People can see that.
Yeah. I could put a video on the website.
Oh, that would be even better. Well, so you really do this from scratch, but how far back do you go? You don't raise your own cattle, for example, for the
that's true. That's true. Friend didn't like that idea.
Okay.
A lot of my life is directed outside my own entity. That's the way it works.
I hear you.
Yeah, no, you start by melting lard. You melt peanut butter. You add flour, cornmeal, quick oats. Oh, I'm telling you.
Wow, it sounds delicious. We'll get that recipe up there. David, thank you so much, and good luck with the cranes.
A pleasure.
All right.
Always a pleasure.
David Clapp here with us from Rockport, Texas, there near the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge. Let's see. Where are we now? We have our mystery bird contest coming up in just 1 minute.
The flutter of a tail feather, the flash of a wing bar in mid-flight. You don't always have a lot of time to identify a bird in nature, let alone to appreciate its beauty. But with Vortex Optics, you'll have the power to bring every wild moment closer. When you choose Vortex, you're choosing to have a partner in the field as passionate about nature as you are. Whether you're spotting old friends on the backyard feeder or packing for a once-in-a-lifetime trip to add a few species to your life list, Vortex offers a full range of optics and optics accessories for every birder and every budget. And whether the birds are taking you to another state or another country, you're always covered by the Vortex VIP warranty, an unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. If you'd like to learn more, or if you need help choosing your next optic, give Vortex a call at 1-800-4VORTEX or visit vortexoptics.com.
There's a mystery bird again, and this is the actual contest. In that case, we urge you to call us as soon as you can. If you know what the bird is and are the first caller with that right answer, you'll be our winner. If no one gets the right answer, you could still be the winner because we'll do a little drawing there from among answers we received. The key is to call us ASAP at 781-837-4900. And I will give that number again. Ready? 781-837-4900. The bird between the size of a sparrow and a robin, upper parts brownish with scattered white streaks, a long white eye stripe, and a long black-barred brown tail that it doesn't cock as relatives of it do. It's a bird of the desert that can survive without freestanding water, obtaining moisture from its food, mostly insects. That's the bird. The prizes include that beautiful $25 gift certificate for Bird Collective, your one-stop shop for vintage-inspired apparel and unique accessories, all featuring birds, and a Brome Squirrel Solution 150. Bird feeder, genuinely squirrel-proof and chew-proof too. Prizes on our Mystery Bird Contest. And that number, once again, 781-837-4900. And we'll check in with Mike O'Connor. It's Let's Ask Mike live in just 1 minute.
Ready to take your backyard bird watching to the next level? FeatherSnap makes Wi-Fi-enabled smart bird feeders that blend the best of technology and nature. Get a high-def glimpse of your feathered friends with a top-of-the-line camera so every visitor can be seen with clarity and detail. A unique dual feeder bin helps attract more species, and built-in solar panels keep your camera's battery going strong. FeatherSnap's mobile app creates a truly immersive experience, allowing you to collect and organize your favorite pics and videos and earn badges along the way. FeatherSnap is a convenient and fun way to capture powerful images of your local birds and help get your friends and family excited about bird watching. Best of all, FeatherSnap offers expert-trained AI identification of more than 275 North American species, thanks to their in-house ornithologist. Check them out today at feathersnapcam.com. feathersnapcam.com.
Mike O'Connor is down there where he always is. That's the Birdwatchers General Store, that famous place in Orleans, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and he is with us right now. Good morning, Mike. Oh, he's not really with us right now, but he will be with us shortly.
David as much as before, so that was nice. It's good to hear from him anyway.
Good.
Captain Tommy, have him on next time.
Just Tommy and not David.
Yeah, we don't need him.
He didn't make any unkind comments about you this morning. I don't think, did he?
Well, he's too busy trying to save $1.49 on suet by making his own.
Well, we want to talk about another thing having to do with birds in the backyard, which is your specialty, among others. And we know that birds, as you've told us, use animal fur to help line their nests, but they also use pet fur, which sounds like it would be a good idea, but there are some downsides to that, right?
Yeah, apparently, and I'm new to this. A customer just mentioned this yesterday, so I kind of did a quick look into it. Yeah. And we have pictures of the store because plenty of people, their dogs are outside, usually golden retrievers, and titmice and chickadees land on the back of their dogs and they pluck the fur for their nest. And we all thought that was cute. We put the pictures up. Mm-hmm. But it turns out, according to a study in England, pet fur is often treated for fleas and ticks, and it's toxic. And a lot of the nests were failing, and they blamed it on pet fur finding its way, because birds will build a nest out of sticks and leaves, and then they line it with whatever fur they can find. And if it comes from a pet, a lot of times it's been treated, and maybe that's not a good idea, and it turns out it's a bad idea. Now, you can talk to your best friend, Dr. James, the veterinarian. Maybe he can give us some better alternatives that aren't as toxic. It's probably not safe for people or animals either. But if it's killing birds, but the only thing we can do as pet owners is when I used to take the dog outside with a big brush all the fur off, and then just toss it out in the yard, and the birds would pick it up. And it turns out that's not a good idea. So if you have a pet that you're taking care of, and think about how you're treating it, look into that. That's kind of on you to do that. But at least keep the fur, dispose of it properly. Don't put it out like we always used to do, because it turns out a lot of times it finds its way into the nest, and it's not as safe as we once thought it was. So that's my takeaway from this recent study that just popped out just yesterday. Well, I just found out about it yesterday. I heard that if you just wash your dog, my daughter has small dogs, she washes them with just shampoo, soap, and water, and they come out great, and they don't have any ticks. And the other thing people do is they seem to treat their animals before they even have a reason to. Like we don't have fleas, but we're going to treat them anyways. So talk to your veterinarian, or you can talk to Dr. James and see if he's got any ideas for you. But either way, don't throw your fur out unless you know it's clean.
All right.
And happy Super Sunday, everybody.
Happy Super Sunday, Super Bowl and Superb Owl. It's both of those things there on Super Bowl Sunday. And Dr. Jim, if you're listening, we're going to get in touch with you. Maybe you can give us some insights on this, as Mike has suggested. Mike, thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds groovy. See you later.
All right. Mike O'Connor here on the Birdwatchers General Store, from the Birdwatchers General Store. We're on the Mystery Bird Contest. We'll just kind of play this one more time before we talk to Tim, who is somewhere in Michigan. Good morning, Tim.
Yes.
Hi. Good
morning, Ray.
Hi, Tim. You heard all that talk from Mike and David, but now we're about the Mystery Bird Contest, I think. So what do you think? You heard the clues and the sound of the bird and all that?
That would be a cactus wren.
That would be a cactus wren. That's a definitive word right there. Absolutely right. Cactus wren, a bird that is known as an active mobber of nest predators. Are reading here that a pair of these cactus wrens was observed attacking a Yuma antelope squirrel so vigorously that the squirrel became impaled on the thorns of a cactus called the cholla. The wrens continued to peck at the squirrel until it was knocked to the ground, where it did finally escape. So a happy ending there, and with the Mystery Bird Contest too. And Tim, if you want, we have time for a Mystery Bird bonus question. Would you be interested in trying? Okay, this is not a bird question, but it's kind of in the world of nature and conservation. So here it is. Mercedes-Benz, a car maker, is trying to find natural products for more sustainable EV battery manufacture. What is this natural substance that they are using in the process here? Is it A, tree bark, B, corn husks, C, rice hulls, or D, rice-a-roni? One of those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Tim?
Wow. Well, I know corn has been used quite a lot for fuel, but I'm gonna shoot for the rice hulls.
I thought you were going to do that, and you're absolutely right. The rice hulls is the thing that. So the big question, I guess, at this point, this isn't. They're still working on this. So the question is whether or not the hard carbon that they need, whether that rice ball thing could match the performance of the conventional graphite that they use for EV batteries. So here's what happened. The researchers said, can it match the conventional graphite? They said the answer is no. Rice hulls don't match the performance. They exceed it. So there you go. There's some hopeful signs right there.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Tim, thank you so much. Stay on the line, and we'll turn you over to Jesse for the prize part.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Tim, in Michigan, correctly identifying the cactus wren as our mystery bird. We are plumb out of time for this morning. That means we're going to go work on next week's show. Thanks to our amazing Talking Birds team, Debbie Bleacher, Freya McGregor, our producing engineer, Jesse Wilkins. I'm Ray Brown. See you next week.
Ray Brown's Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
By Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.
By Feathersnap, the smart bird feeder with a high-resolution camera and species identification software aimed to educate and spread joy to every level of avian enthusiasts. Find out more at feathersnapcam.com.
and by Hog Island Audubon Camp. For full camp schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.